Major funding for this broadcast of Greater Chattanooga is provided by EPB Fiber Optics and Dread Hollow.
The Chat Comics Co-op is a meeting place for creatives in the area to make comics, be it illustrators or writers.
The co-op is also a place for even someone who is like on the fringes interested in doing something creative. Yes, we make comics, and yes, that has its own set of rules and its own set of the way you do things, but more than anything, comics are just a way to tell a story.
Also a cat, because I think I used to like drawing animals.
You know, I think when you start a group like this, you think, well, it's probably just going to be me and my friends or me and one or two other people, but we have really had to react and adapt to our meetings consistently having a good amount of people out at them.
It's good, it's fine. Yeah.
We get a large variety of people, from small children to people that are published by Marvel, and it's pretty amazing that they can all come in on an even playing field.
I think that we are incredibly lucky to have people like Alex Ogle, Richard Starkings in our city. At first it feels, you know, like, wow, you're established, you've done all of these amazing things, like, can I talk to you? Can you help me? And of course they can. Like, now it's been several months, years that they've been around and helping the group, and it's very natural.
Well, I think the major thing I bring to the co-op is encouraging people with massive talent who are kind of unaware that they're just as talented as anybody working professionally, that they can and will be working professionally.
Well, it's really great being part of the group, seeing everybody's work and reading their material. It's so exciting when a young artist comes in or a writer and they write something that's really meaningful to them, and then you get to read that, and it's just really powerful. And so comics are a great medium for that, and I really enjoy that part of the group.
I think the great thing about the co-op is the freedom of ideas that young people have. I think they're not jaded and cynical. They're free to throw out whatever ideas come to mind, and sometimes you don't even see that in mainstream comics.
Richard does lettering, and so when he looks at my comics, he's like, this lettering is kind of messy, you might want to try something different. But then you have like Tara, and she does a lot of like figure work. She can look at my stuff and be like, this is great, but this arm looks kind of wonky, and that's the sort of stuff that she'll notice.
I want to see all of these people's work. I want to read everything that these people are making.
It is very important as us for a group to not stay stagnant, to always continue to grow. And one of the ways we do that is by going to conventions and events like Connooga.
It's pretty exciting. This is probably the biggest audience that the co-op gets, because we have a booth over at the Infinity Flux booth that just has the co-op merch.
I feel so honored. I absolutely love it here, and I'm like so grateful to Megan and Jason and Tara and everybody that started the group. They've helped me grow my art, and I'm selling it here today because of them. It's just an amazing group to be part of, and the fact that we get to do this and come here, it's just amazing. It's spectacular.
These kind of conventions are a fantastic place to go if you're a fan or just an artist thinking about working in the industry.
You just have all these different sections in the convention where you're going to run into a kind of a representative of ours, a member who has their own unique experience.
I'm most proud of, and I'm sure Megan is also most proud of, is that we just made our 10th anthology.
Our anthologies are a way for people to actually get something published. It is kind of a step in this door of being creative.
It's really nice to say that I have done something. Like I have these books I can show and I can open them and point to stuff I've done.
Well, reading the anthologies is really interesting because you see their take on that theme, because each anthology has a theme. And those different members have different skill levels, but some people are really talented and really interesting to read.
I know that seeing the printed product makes our, especially members who it's their first time that something like this has been printed, I know it makes them feel, I think just, of course proud, and I think it's exciting. It's, you know, we all have that little kid in us still that's like, Mom, look what I just did, you know, I finished this.
Growing up, I didn't really have a group like this to be a part of, and so when I see the young members coming to it, I think, wow, they really have an advantage here, because growing up in Kansas, I was isolated. I didn't have anybody. I didn't have the internet at the time, so I was really looking at art books, and that was my only influences. It wasn't until I was later in college and things that I got to meet other artists and actually talk about work and the aspects of like those subtleties that you need to know as a creator.
Being creative can be a very lonely process. It can be a very singular, isolating process. So I think with that comes, as you would expect, you know, feeling like you don't want to speak up. Anybody who feels like they may not fit in with the world in any way, anybody who feels like a weirdo, anybody who feels like, I don't know, just that they like the wrong things, that maybe they can't talk to their coworkers about it, they can't even talk to their family and friends about it. Honestly, I have to say, those sorts of feelings make for the best comics. They make for the best TV shows, they make for the best movies, and they make for the best stories, and that's all that comics are. So I think anybody who feels that way, I think you have all the more reason to come out, because you have a unique perspective that is going to be something that other people want to hear.